Good morning, lovely. I got a channeled message. We must not ask more of this moment than it can provide. And yet we must always give ourselves over to this moment in a way that takes our breath away. Each moment is a poem and we are the writer. We are the painter and the moment is a canvas. What is yours going to look like? So this came in yesterday while I was journaling. I just moved, as you might be able to tell. I am finally somewhere stable-ish. I'm here for at least 3 months and it's not really furnished to any large degree. But we're settled here and we were just processing everything, my cat and I, though I was journaling about it. And this message came through and I just know that it's for everyone. And the message here is that we have to seize the moment. We can't sit on our hands, as they say, and walk through life blindly, stumbling through on autopilot and expecting the same results that we've always had, because that's what we're going to create. There's a sense of urgency to this moment, not so much in fear that things are going to pass us by. Excuse me, 111 on the timer. Thank you, Spirit. But because we know that there's more to be gleaned from each moment, especially right now. And I wish you could see the imagery and feel the energy that I feel right now. There's an invitation I'm hearing to a powerful new era in your life. But we have to be the ones to let go of the old life, much in the same way that I'm doing by moving and by transforming and leaving behind my old business and my old friends and my family and people that I thought were going to be with me until the day that I died. We have to reinvent ourselves. We have to be willing to get bigger, get louder, get prouder, get brighter. And as the channeled message was talking about, being a writer, being a poet, an artist, it's time for us to start putting our emotions, our experiences onto pages, paper, into documents, into artwork, into something creative that we can share with the world. Because much like the cave painters, thousands of years ago, and the cave painters left a mark, literal mark of their hands back then. It could be simple. It doesn't have to be anything really revealing about you necessarily, but it's about humanity right now. It's a time capsule, I'm hearing. And this is more potent than making your imprint on the world. This is about you honoring yourself and stepping into your power and saying what you came here to say, sharing what you came here to share. A lot of you guys are hiding because you've never felt safe being yourself. And Spirit really wants you to know that it is safe to come out now. Okay? And if you don't hear anything other than that, it is safe to come out now. It was 311 when I looked up, and I feel like that's a really common number that I've been seeing lately. That might resonate for you. Maybe your birthday's on March 11th. But either way, you're being encouraged to step forward and share yourself, okay? You're being encouraged to step forward and share yourself with yourself. A lot of you guys are in the closet even with your own self. Lion, honey. We're still getting settled here. As you can tell. But yeah, we are being encouraged to step out of the box and free ourselves from the chains that we've been living bonded to our entire lives without realizing it. And I did this because I see them as, handcuffs. You're being encouraged to break free of those fucking handcuffs and paint a fucking picture instead, or write a poem, or just share your story. Again, you don't have to share it with other people, just share it with yourself. Get to know yourself. This is a really potent moment, okay? We've been hiding out a little bit because I've been so dead exhausted. I feel like I got hit by a train. Emotionally and physically, I'm just drained. If I hadn't channeled this message yesterday, I probably wouldn't be on here sharing anything today because I am still just filling my own cup, all right? And that's your cue also to fill your cup. A lot of you guys don't know how to take care of yourselves because you're so busy, thank you, Spirit, taking care of everyone else. And I understand. It's taken me a lot to get to a place where I can throw elbows, so to speak, and clear some space for myself. And even up till recently, I was posting videos every day, even Lion, sweetie. No. Even on days when I just was barely hanging on. Let's just put it that way. We all need to get better at loving ourselves. We need to get better at carving out space to express ourselves, to nurture ourselves and our inner child, okay? A lot of you guys don't think about your inner child, and we are being called to think about our inner child in every single thing that we do, okay? When you pull out a paintbrush or you start writing a poem just for the fun of it, and you're not thinking about it sounding good or sharing it with anyone or trying to monetize it or anything, that's your inner child. That's you giving an homage to your inner child. We're being encouraged to do more of this, okay? Because our inner child has the secrets to our soul, is what I'm hearing. They know our soul imprint. They might not know how to put it into words. They might not know why it matters and all the things that you might be able to figure out, that you probably already know. But when you put those two things together, it's going to create a whole you. There is no missing other part of you. But your inner child, if you're not in touch with them, is a really important link. And if you're not in unity, if you haven't integrated the trauma, especially if you've had a lot of childhood trauma, like a lot of people in my collective, if you haven't pulled them in to give them a big hug, emotionally, metaphorically speaking, through meditation, through just setting that intention, just sitting down and closing your eyes and saying, you don't even have to close your eyes. They're always with you. You can just talk to them. I personally talk to myself a lot because I'm alone all the time. And sometimes I feel like I'm either talking to my guides or my inner child. I'm not talking just to my 3D self the way that we think of. I'm talking to, some beautiful, deeper versions of me. And in a lot of ways, our inner child is our higher self. Or they're at least connected to a degree where there is no separation. Because even though children don't necessarily have the answers, they're so intuitive. They're so intuitive, and they're so connected to their strength and their soul gifts. Okay, adults around them might not recognize that, and adults around them might take them for granted and just see them as children and not really honor what they came here to share. But we need to bring them back into the fold. All right, and I know this message is a little bit all over the place. And it's because I never know what I'm going to say when I sit down with you guys. I don't. Spirit talks through me. And I just trust that whatever you guys need to hear is what comes out of my mouth. And I just really want you guys to feel how special this moment is. And this is also a silly little thing, it seems like. I was trying to put my necklace on earlier, and the clasp was so small and I couldn't find it, because I couldn't see. And then I visualized it connecting. And I'd been trying for like 3 minutes. And then boom, the minute I visualized it, it found it. And it made me realize, again, remember how powerful our mind is, how powerful visualization is. If this house right here, I know you can't see much of it, is a crazy deal in the town I'm in. And I manifested it. All right, I might need you guys' help to pay for some of the stuff that comes along with it. So I'm doing a 20% off my any service right now, including my mentorship packages. 20% off any service on my website, sacredmuseproject.com. You would not only be helping yourself, but you'd be helping me. And that goes from anything from a 15-minute tarot reading all the way to, 3 months of support in a mentorship package. So 20% off of a mentorship package is going to be quite a bit of money. But either way, this house I got because I visualized it, because I put myself out there, I visualized it, and I prayed for it. I prayed for the details, the hardwood floors, the bathtub, the big windows, the view. This place is something that I imagined into being. So you're being encouraged, if there's anything in particular that you want in your life right now, to visualize it, okay? If what you want is to be self-employed and financially free, visualize it. It's not gonna show up overnight and you have to put work in. I'm still working toward it. But the reason why it's working, even if it is a little bit choppy at times, it's working because I'm focused, I'm diligent, I put energy into it every day, and I visualize. I stay focused on the goal. Anytime I get stressed out, I just focus on the goal. And also I'm open to solutions. I didn't have the money to move in here, technically, but she let me move in anyway, trusting that I would get the money. And I will. The thing is, I will. 11:11 on my timer. Thank you, Spirit. But I trusted that I could just be honest about my situation when I spoke with her, and that if it was meant for me, it wouldn't deter her, and it didn't. Do you know what I mean? Instead of lying and pretending I had all this money in the bank, my point is, just be yourself. It's enough. Be honest about who you are. Show up authentically and trust that it's enough, that it will be enough for you. And that if you find something that isn't, it's just a dead wall, that's because it's not for you. Okay? If she had said, oh, I don't feel comfortable, I would have been like, okay, no big deal. This isn't for me. My point is, I love you, all right? Get busy visualizing what you want to create right now. We're coming out of Mercury retrograde. We're coming out of a full moon. We're still exiting this intense eclipse period, and things are really potent right now, all right? So any energy you put out, I'm hearing it's gonna come back like tenfold. I'm getting goosebumps and chills. So your energy right now is very sacred and precious. Protect it with all you have. Only focus it in areas that feel really, really important to your soul growth, right? Don't pour all your energy into a job you hate just to make money. That's not gonna get you anywhere, especially right now. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that a lot of people aren't aware of. And it seems logical to move forward in the ways that we've moved forward forever, you know, for as long as we can remember. But that's not what's happening now. What's happening now is things are being rearranged to take away, if you're doing that, pouring all your energy into a job that doesn't do anything for you and you're so stuck on it, Spirit's gonna take it from you. If you won't relinquish it yourself, and maybe that's what you want, maybe you don't wanna have to make the decision, that's fine. I'm just letting you know that there's gonna be a dead end for all of us that are still going in that direction, especially the healers and teachers and spiritual guides of this new earth, where that's not where we're supposed to be. Trust me, I would be still in an old industry that paid really well. And I wanted to hang on to it. Spirit was, nope. And here I am. I'm so glad I got thrown into this. Even though it's hard and even though it's stressful and scary, I am so much happier being this version of me, all right? And you will be too, once you surrender to your soul path. And if you need guidance, again, work with me, all right? 20% off right now. I do find your blueprint session if you need to know more about who you are, what your soul came here to do, your spiritual gifts. If you need to heal trauma or you want to do some inner child healing, we can definitely work on that. That's my favorite stuff, you guys, because it's real change. The tarot readings are great because they give you a shake up, they give you a lot of information all at once, but it's up to you to do something with that information and, you know, ground it. With more deep-seated healing stuff, it's more of a working together, especially the mentorship. The mentorship is the thing that will change your life because you have to rewire the neural pathways in your brain. So if you learn something new, but then you never go back there, it's just gonna kind of fizzle out. It's kind of like, I use this analogy a lot. If you cut out a path in the woods, there's a path there. If that's the path that you've always taken, it's going to be well-worn. And that's the same way with your brain. It's well-worn paths are what we always take. Fear, ego, paths, judgment, worst case scenario. That's the ego's neural pathway that it's created. So we have to work really hard to hack back, this brush and this wild overgrowth in order to create new neural pathways in our brain to take us where we actually want to go. And that's why this work is so deep-seated and so difficult or it can be very painful and difficult because it takes a lot of focus and intention and consistency and discipline. And for those of you that don't have that, that's something that I can help you with through the mentorship packages. So it's really beneficial. And I really enjoy it too because I get to know you guys. A lot of you guys feel like we know each other, and we do from past lives, but I don't know who you are in this life. I don't know what you look like. I don't know anything about you. And so when we work together, it's kind of like piecing the puzzles together for me too. It's really quite interesting and gratifying, especially the mentorship packages because we get to know each other over time. So anyway, all that to say, if you're interested in working with me, now's the time, 20% off. It would be doing me a great favor. And it would also be great for you. So win-win, sacredmuseproject.com. For everyone else, all right, this is the last day of the full moon, so keep purging anything that doesn't serve you. Allow yourself to cry, write, journal. I'm very, very much encouraging you to journal right now. Even if you've never done it before in your life, especially then. Draw, paint, dance, be creative, get out the emotions through something fun like a child would. That's what children do best, okay? Be inspired by your inner child today and every day. And yeah, I love you. All right, keep going, and I'll see you next time.